Good morning and welcome to my channel. I'm Jackie and this is Tarot by Jackie. So I wanted to come on here real quick this morning before I go to work and just share a tarot deck with you really quick. And last night I had posted a video on how to make tarot and oracle cards or cartomancy in Canva. And then after I got off of there, I was looking around and I discovered some stuff that I didn't really know it was capable of. So I deleted that and I'm going to come back on and do a more comprehensive one and try not to fumble around as much, because when I watch somebody doing a demonstration video, when they're stumbling around like I was, I just click off of it. So I wanted to make it better for myself and you all. There's nothing like a good hot cup of black coffee on a Monday morning, and you got to go do your 9 to 5. Grind it. You just got to grind your 9 to 5 because tarot's not your full-time gig yet. And it's daylight savings. And you don't know if you slept or not. And so black coffee is the answer for that. Yummy, yummy in my tummy. So in front of me, I have one of these decks. It's called the Classic Tarot. And 78 total cards, tarot cards with meanings on them. And even though I have been reading for over a decade now, I still like to use these kind of cards. And I've been noticing on Etsy and especially on TikTok, because my algorithm is tarot and spiritual, there's a lot of different decks like this. And guess what? You can make them. These are so easy to make. And I got this for $8. Now, I don't know how people can make them and print them and only sell them for $8. I mean, maybe they printed a gazillion decks, I guess, or they're taking a loss. I'm not sure which one. But there would be no way that I could print out my Oracle deck and only sell it for $8. And I'm hoping that that's not where we're going, because it just cheapens the trade, if you will. However, I do like them, and it was only $8, so I guess I'm a little torn. Anyways, I'm going to come and, I'm going to open these up and show them to you real quick and do a quick message for today. And for some reason, the deck feels much thicker than normal, but it says there's only 78 cards in here. Oops. It says there's only 78 cards, but for some reason, it feels much thicker than... Rounded corners. There's a, there's a nice decorative back. It almost looks like astrological. They're nice and slippery, if you want to call them that. My mechanism is just really, it's because it wasn't down. Somehow it got loosened up. And then there's the guidebook. And it's even in color. I got it off of Amazon for $8. And then just, it has the meaning on it. Here's the Fool. You start at 0. And then it's got some astrology, and I don't know what that is. Symbolism, some sort of symbolism. I'd have to look. Oh, and it has yes, no, and maybes. So the Fool is a yes. And then on it, it says, upright, the Fool is new beginnings, possibilities, innocence, spontaneous optimism, trust in life, blind faith, adventure, opportunity, and pleasure. Definitely, that's definitely what I would say the card meaning is. And in reverse, it's you're holding back, indecision, hesitation, recklessness, fearlessness, bad choices, and risk-taking. Yeah, I think that's correct. But fearlessness to me isn't always a negative. I mean, having fear is not always a positive thing. So, and now that that I'm making my own cards and stuff, and like I can see these little lines and, these little decorative corners. These are very similar elements that are on Canva. So these aren't mixed up, but let's see if I can get them mixed up. Like I said, they are very slippery. I think the phone, my camera is too close to my face. Hold on a minute. That's better, I hope. They're very slippery. They're almost hard to shuffle. Let's try to do it this way. And I just need to get broken in, and they'll shuffle good like that. Try one more time. All right, that wasn't too bad. And then I'm going to pick out 3 cards for today's message. I was thinking about the different types of tarot card readers, and I come to know myself as, I would say, the type of tarot card reader I am is a social worker, because I help people with their spirit and their everyday, how to traverse their everyday life. And at one point I wanted to be a life coach, but then the industry for that was like just way too saturated, and it got a little wonky, where it seemed like there was a lot of phoniness surrounding it, so I didn't go in that direction. So I just help people when they're in front of me. A lot of people have said they felt like my reading was like a life coach, or a spiritual, almost like a psychologist session. And then when they come back to me, that's what they're expecting. They're telling me what's going on in their life, and they tell me really personal stuff. I'm sure other tarot card readers have found that, but then sometimes some tarot card, okay, so to me, I'm a social worker tarot reader. And then there's the woo-woo, like the person who comes to the psychic fair or the spiritual fair, and they're all dressed up and they're like in uniform, you know what I mean? They look like a genie or a witch. And so that's what I call the woo-woo reader. And then there's the practical reader, like they just read cards just straight up. They don't have a spiritual bone in their body, but they know the cards really well. And so they're just using logic and their common knowledge and their expertise. So those are three that I've come up with so far. I don't know if there's a fourth one that I can think of, a type of tarot card reader. I guess I can. There's the person who strictly reads tarot by intuition, and they don't necessarily practice understanding of the system or the history or anything like that. They do like what I would refer to as a down and dirty understanding of the tarot cards, which that's okay, you know what I mean. And then they just strictly do them intuitively. Now I have seen some people online who they think they're doing intuitive tarot card readings, and it's just way off, you know what I mean, because they didn't take the time. Some people just, we're in a world where everything has to be hurried. Everything has to be pronto. You got to lose weight. You want to lose 20 pounds in 10 days. You want to put a video on, and it's got, if it's more than 30 seconds, it loses their attention. That's why we have, quote, shorts. That's why, you go to a movie theater and the movie's longer than 45 minutes. You don't want to sit there anymore. Everything has to be so quick, fast food. You go to the doctor's office and you don't want to sit in the waiting room more than 5 minutes. Neither do I, but still, you know what I mean. You want to get in and out of there. You just want to get from point A to point B within, and I don't even remember where I was going with that because I have ADHD. But anyways, so I'm one of the social worker tarot card readers. Let me pick out 3 cards from this little trusty deck. Now this deck is definitely one of the better decks for beginning readers. Oh, I know where I was going with that. It's the people who they don't really want to study tarot. They just want to do it intuitively. Okay, so the first card is the 4 of Pentacles. The second card is the King of Pentacles. And the third card is the Hermit. And this is the message for today. Now, if you had a yes or no question, the first card is saying no. The second card, I guess the kings don't have the yes or no on there. And then the have more symbology as far as astrology and stuff, which I'm going to have to figure out what these are. I don't know what those are. And then the third card is the Hermit, which says maybe. And the Hermit is the number 9. And of course, the four of Pentacles is the number 4. So let's see what the first card says. The first card is upright, and it says, upright, saving money, security, conservatives, scarcity, control, and fragility. So meaning that you need to either save money, or you're saving money, you're for security, you're being very conservative, or you feel like you have lost control over it, so you're hanging on to it for dear life, and you want control over it. And see how he's kind of holding on, he's stepping on the coins, and then he's got one in his arms, and then maybe the one on the head is he's trying to manifest something, or he wants people to see him, see what he's got. Form, completeness, foundations, progress, power, and stability. And then on this side it says the 4 of Pentacles is Earth. It's an Earth sign. I mean, yeah, the Pentacles are, the element is Earth. And it's the 3rd deacon of Capricorn. Now, I don't know. I'm not really familiar with that. And the second card is another Pentacles, and it's the King of Pentacles, and it says upright wealth, business, leadership, security, discipline, abundance, prosperity, and generosity. So, to me, with these two cards together, it's saying that you are in control of your money, actually. You're in control of your money, and you know how to save. You know how to be a miser when it comes down to it, if you need to. You know how to be a miser. So you got, you're pretty good with your resources. And then the third card says that the Hermit is soul-searching, introspective, contemplation, wisdom, truth-seeking, being alone, independence, inner guidance, meditation, and consciousness. So what the third card is telling me is these two cards, you might sometimes think that money is of the ego and what you got and what you can show, because see how showy he is. And then he's in control of his finances. And like I said, he might want people to see how he is. And he's very, he might drive a fancy car or a loud car. He might be a little on the loud side himself. Like if he's in a restaurant, he might go and pay for the bill for his 10 friends or his 10 coworkers or whoever's with him. And he feels like he's earned it, so he can share, and he might not be arrogant. He just likes to throw his money around. But it's showing us that maybe we should take some time off from that and be more introspective or more meditative. And so we need to go inside more and take a break from this ego. Take a break from the ego and take a break from the material. So that's what the message is for today. Take a break from the material world, from the ego. Try to meditate and understand the inner side of yourself, and enjoy the day. Slow down and take it easy. Look at that little glow around the Blessed Mary. I think it's, between the sun coming in the window and the lamp up there, but isn't that, it almost looks like she has an aura. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. All right, so thanks for showing up and listening to me rant and rave and talk and do. And I'm going to be, like I said, I'm going to be posting another demonstration video on Canva, because I think I can be a little more comprehensive and better put together. And if you want this deck, just go on Amazon, Classic Tarot Cards with the meaning on them, and you have a really good beginner's deck for $8. All right, I hope to talk to you soon. I hope you like and subscribe. Have a great day. Peace out.